my family is literally gonna kill me. Hi sweeties! Welcome back to the channel. No, this is not clickbait. I wish it was. This video is actually gonna be a story time about the one and only time I had LSD or acid, whatever you wanna call it. Let me tell you before you start judging me so much and hating on me. I was really unsure whether to post this video or not, because I know some of my subscribers are quite young and I don't want to be a bad influence to anyone. And it took me a very long time to decide to post it. I changed my mind like 100 times, but I've decided to post this video so you can learn from my mistakes. And because I think it's more harmful not to talk about things like this than to be honest and discuss things and be open so younger people can learn what not to do. And also I thought it would be a cool story time. I'm not gonna lie. Every time something different happens in my life, I'm like, story time! Okay, so before I carry on and tell you my story about using drugs, please subscribe, because I post new videos 3 times a week, sometimes 2, and they're never about drugs. I promise. Also, give us a thumbs up, because it really helps the channel. Okay, so just to give you a bit of a background, I really don't do drugs. I mean, I'm totally not judging anyone or anything like that, but I just don't. This story is about the one and only time I did drugs. Well, I tried some weed before, but I don't think it counts, right? Especially because I don't know how to smoke, so I didn't feel anything. I think I did it wrong. I'm like 99% sure I did it wrong. So when I did this, I really didn't know what I was getting myself into, and I just had no idea what being drugged in any way felt like, apart from being drunk. Oh my god, it's just getting worse. So, I had this friend. I'm not gonna reveal anyone's names, and for security reasons I'm not gonna tell you in which country I was at the time and when it was, because I don't want to get in any trouble. But basically, I had this friend that did acid once. Some people call it LSD, some people call it acid. I don't know if there are like different types of this drug. I just call it acid. So, this girl did acid once when we were a bit younger. And she told me about her experience, and she said it was amazing. Like, everything she saw was enhanced and magical and colorful and just great. And she wanted to do it again with a friend. And at the time I was like, no way, I'm not gonna do it. I'm such a good girl. I was right back then. I didn't do it, and it never came up again in a very long time. A couple of years later, I went to this friend's house for a sleepover. We were going to this event the next day. I'm not gonna tell you which event, because then you're gonna know everything. And for some reason, I just hadn't eaten for the whole day. Remember that, because that's gonna be important. That's when my friend told me that the week before she had bought some acid, quite a lot of it. And she was like, come on, let's have it together, it will be fun. And usually I would have probably said no, but I wasn't 100% myself at the time. I was going through a few things and I was a little bit down and nervous. I remember actually feeling very anxious at the time. And stupid little me thought that taking that drug would make me relax a little bit. That was the most, like, ignorant thing ever for me to think. Because I just imagine, you know how people say LSD, you see colorful things and it's beautiful and like hippie and chilled. I don't know, that's the image I had of it. But it's not a calming drug at all, like, it's really not. But stupid little me said, yeah, okay, let's do it. And I don't know if it's always like this or if it's pills sometimes, but the one she had was like these little square papers, and apparently you're supposed to only have half of the little square paper. But my friend, let's give her a name, let's call her Jessica. Jessica said, have the whole paper, because you're not gonna actually see anything if you don't take the whole paper. And I was like, okay then. And I took the paper. And she said, it's gonna take a while for it to kick in and stuff. Let's go downstairs and cook some macaroni cheese. And I was like, oh yes, please, let's have something to eat, because I was starving. So we quickly made some macaroni cheese, and then we took it upstairs to her bedroom. So when I sat down and started eating my macaroni cheese, I just felt this horrible sickness as if I was gonna throw up, and like my stomach started hurting so bad. So I went to the bathroom. Oh, and in the meantime, when we were downstairs cooking, I asked her, oh, by the way, how long does this last? And I was sure she was gonna say like 2 hours, 3 hours. Honestly. And then she said like, oh, like 8, 12 hours, definitely until tomorrow, and you're not gonna be able to sleep. Shook. Literally, I had like this event to go to in the morning with her, and I had to film a sponsored video. I had like a very packed, organized schedule for the next day. So I started freaking out already because I didn't know it was that big of a deal. I definitely didn't think it was gonna last 12 hours. So that probably helped me feel a little bit sick as well, because I was getting nervous because I thought, shit, what the hell have I done? So I went to the bathroom to throw up. I felt like I was going to throw up, and I was actually like really hoping I was gonna throw up because I kind of regretted taking the drug already. But what I didn't realize is that it was too late already. So when I got in the bathroom, I put the toilet seat up and I went like this to try to throw up. And I looked at the toilet. Sorry, it's too graphic and disgusting. But the toilet started moving. Seriously. Like the seat, it started going like this, like getting bigger and smaller, like this, and just moving and being distorted. Seriously, I'm not joking. It was moving. I mean, it wasn't, but in my head it was moving. So I was like, what the f***? Oh my god! And Jessica was like, oh my god, you're already feeling it! Woo! But I wasn't happy. Seriously, I wasn't happy because my stomach was hurting so much. I felt like I was sick. And in the bedroom, I started to kind of feel like I was gonna be sick and throw up again. But every time I went like this to throw up, I would just start laughing as if like I was throwing up laughter. It was really weird, but in a bad way. Like the first 2 or 3 hours were bad. Like it was just pretty traumatic. It was a very bad trip. I mean, I think I'm probably not very strong for things like this because it was really intense and kind of painful. Like I laid down and I just absolutely could not get up, and my legs were shaking, like really shaking a lot. I couldn't make them stop shaking, and I just felt so weak, and I felt like all of my sensations were amplified. But because my stomach was hurting, I think obviously the acid didn't do my stomach any good, especially because I hadn't had anything to eat. Like I barely had any of the macaroni cheese because I was feeling sick already. And because like all my senses were enhanced, I felt that pain like even more. So I just felt this horrible pain in my stomach and my legs shaking, and I couldn't get up. Oh my god. And I couldn't even like talk properly because, you know, I speak Portuguese and English, more or less English, but I was kind of like mixing up the languages, and I didn't know what was Portuguese and what was English anymore. So I was talking like both languages like mixed up together. My poor friend, she must have been so confused. And you know how I told you it amplifies everything? Basically, instead of relaxing me, it kind of amplified my anxiety like a lot. So I was constantly, at least for this first 3 or 4 hours, constantly super self-conscious, and I was really worried that my friend's parents would come in and tell us off. Oh yeah, by the way, she lived with her parents, and her parents knew what we were doing and they were fine with it. But for some reason I thought, oh my god, I'm being loud, they don't want me to be here, I'm bothering everybody, and I just felt so self-conscious and horrible, and I was like, oh my god, everything's gonna go wrong, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. And I kept saying sorry to my friend and being super like paranoid that was bothering people. And oh yeah, I called my mom. What a pansy. Oh my god, I was so like freaked out and scared that I just really wanted to call my mom. So I called her and I said, oh my god, I'm on LSD, I'm so sorry, but I just wanted to talk to you because I'm so nervous. I probably didn't even say it properly like that because I was all over the place and mixing languages up. But I mean, my mom was really nice. She didn't tell me off or anything, surprisingly. But she was like, just calm down, it's gonna be okay, just try to go to sleep. And I was like, but I can't go to sleep, Jessica said I'm not gonna be able to sleep. And in fact, I tried. It's absolutely impossible to sleep because it's like your head is in this roller coaster. It's just crazy. At least for me, it was just like really intense, but in a bad way. It was almost like too much. But then eventually it started calming down a little bit. I was still like super drugged, but it started calming down a little bit, and I decided to put some music on. And when I did, everything changed because I really concentrated in the music, and then it became a nice experience. I mean, I'm gonna tell you like the good part now, but I don't want to make anyone like want to try it because of what I'm gonna say. So basically, I relaxed and I started seeing stuff. But pretty stuff this time, not just like moving toilets. My friend had like this fabric on the wall with a type of mandala or something, but it was like all the same color, but I saw it like rainbow. The whole thing was rainbow, and it was like shifting rainbows, like really beautiful and like sparkly and really gorgeous. And it had like some elephants and stuff, and they started moving and walking around the thing. So I saw this like moving elephants and all these rainbows, and then her whole room was like colorful. I would close my eyes and open them again, and then the whole room would be a different color, as if there was like a colorful light on top of it, as if it was like a club or something. It was really like unexpected and really pretty. And then we started watching some music videos, and whoa. And then I got why Jessica said everything was enhanced in a good way, because like when the people moved in the music videos, there were like shifting rainbows coming out of them and glitter and sparkly things, and it just seemed like everything had more depth and the music sounded better. It was just like watching something in 4D. It was just like deeper. And oh my god, I got some messages on my phone and I tried to answer them. But I just couldn't, because all the numbers and the letters were like jumping out of the screen. I swear, they were like all moving, and I was trying to read the text, and just like a few words of the text would pop out and like come out of the phone. Seriously, I'm not joking. I saw that. It's so bizarre what like a substance can do to your brain. It's really scary, really. But at this point I was like kind of enjoying it, because what else could I do, right? Like I had to wait for the thing to wear off. So we didn't sleep, obviously, and in the morning I was still feeling high, but obviously not as much, but still like pretty high, and every now and again I would see like something in the corner of my eye, like a little rainbow thing or something. So we decided to put makeup on and go to this event. And it was fun. I'm not gonna say it wasn't fun, because at that point it wasn't that intense anymore, but everything was still a little bit like more intense, like the colors were popping out more and stuff, but I wasn't having hallucinations anymore, so it wasn't that scary. So I did that, and then I came home to film my sponsored video. It was like an important video. And then I regretted it so much because I was really tired. I was feeling exhausted, and I was still not 100%. Like, I wasn't feeling high, but I felt like my brain didn't work 100%. So I would be filming the video and I would forget what I was talking about, and I would have to start again. So it took me like hours to film a short video. And oh my god, it just took so long for the thing to wear off. Like, even the evening after, like 24 hours after, I wasn't high, but I went out in the evening, and I remember I saw like a few weird things still like moving, some shadows moving in a weird way. I was still seeing some stuff. I literally just recovered 100% the next morning. So scary. So it was an experience, like something that I was curious about, and now I know what it feels like, or at least what it feels like when you're unprepared and haven't had anything to eat and took more than what you were supposed to and didn't know what to expect and got freaked out. I'm sure everybody has different experiences, but me personally, I wouldn't recommend it because it's really bad for you, and because the first few hours were really painful for me and scary. Okay, so that was the video. I hope you still like me after this. I hope you're not judging me too much. Everybody makes mistakes. Thank you so much for watching. Go watch my previous story times and have a very, very lovely day. Mwah!